The past couple of days have been very interesting, needless to say. And Saturday, which was September 24th, I signed up for this inner guru retreat at the Treehouse, which is owned by Will and Allison Brown. They're located in Mox Corner, South Carolina, which is near Charleston. And it was a once in a lifetime experience that I will remember forever. So if you ever get a chance to work with them, I definitely recommend it. They also had two other facilitators there, which are uniquely gifted in their own ways as well. Judy Bunchin and Sonya. I don't know Sonya's last name. But yeah, so I woke up at the crack of dawn to get there. So it took me about, from where I'm at, it took me about a couple hours to get there. So I left at I woke up at 5, left at 6. But before that, I woke up at 3 something in the morning. And because weird things were happening in my house, I saw this light come through our window and the sounds of 2 magnetic stones colliding together. It was just, what an interesting experience. But on my way there, before I even got out the neighborhood, I saw 2 owls, and I never ever see them. Always hear them, but never see them. So that was interesting. And when I got there, it was 8 something. I was slightly tired and hungry, but they fed us a light breakfast with fruit and gluten-free donuts from a bake shop that they have local over there. So when everybody got there, they talked about what we were gonna do, and Will channeled his collective to share what this whole retreat thing was really gonna be. And basically it was gonna be within ourselves, was the theme. And we also got a journal. We got a journal that we got to decorate with stickers. I got some stickers, I just didn't decorate it all yet because I don't know. I did mostly this. But anyway, so after Will channeled, we did a light yoga with Judy, which got you kind of rested and in the mood to do all this energy work. So then with Allison, we did a past life group regression, and that took a little bit, but I'll share what I got with that. It started out with me being at my house, seeing a mountain range, and where I live I don't have a mountain range. Then I saw my green being, my Andromedan, and my Lyran guide. And at the train station they weren't really talking, but then we went back to the house and I was at home. But I had my dining table that from my teen years that we no longer have, and I was eating spaghetti, and my things were all over the place. So I saw a man with a mustache driving. He kind of looked mischievous. I saw a blonde lady playing with a cat, a fluffy gray white cat, so very playful. I saw an owl, but it wasn't the owl that I saw earlier. Big eyes, big owl but small eyes, and intuition. Then I saw an orb floating above a troll that was sleeping, so resting. My foot twitched, so I kind of woke up out of it. The last thing I saw was a blonde lady. She was kind of royalty or princess. She was kind of looking out a window. Kind of reminded me of Grecian vibes, but I was seeing this all from third person, and my left ear was ringing after. So that's what I saw there. I also saw a couple of symbols. This one I usually get. I haven't seen that one, so that was interesting. After that, Allison took us through a little rapid fire questions, which was pretty interesting. It was basically what type of day you have, what kind of tree do you see, You see a river, what does that look like? A house in the middle of the woods, what does that look like? How do you approach the house? You see a bear, what do you do? There's a wall, what does it look like? How do you get over or past the wall? And then what do you see after the wall? And all of that indicated like your outlook of life, your closeness of friends, your sex life, yourself. Are you approachable? Your fears, your obstacles, you find your way around things, and the rest of your life. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. But yeah. So I'm not gonna go into all that. But then we did a DNA session with Judy, which she took us basically like a light meditation. We didn't have to do like anything, just lay there and let things happen. So with that being said, she also channeled a mantis being, and usually when you hear mantis being, they do like clicking noise, like stuff like that. But what I saw there was my green being that I usually see. I call him green bean, like the thing you eat. But he was touching my forehead like this, and there was like rings, and every time he would touch, the ring would add, and it was about 13 times. And then it like went into my body like strands, and it made my body, and it was like blue, lightish gold, and it lit up my body and then everybody else's. I saw a lot of beings in the room, like going, especially a Palladian being I saw. My body was twitching a lot. I also saw like a cell, but then an embryo, so like a baby, which was interesting. And that's all I saw with that. And so people were sharing, and thought that we also got to share our experience after each session, so that was cool. Then after that, we braked for lunch and whatnot, so we had breaks in between too, so like we could use the restroom and talk about our experiences and everything like that. And then we did after lunch, let's see, sorry, I'm like petting my cat. But after lunch, we had, which was made by Will. He made like green curry. I think it was made by Will, but it was like really good, delicious curry, light. We got to sit and watch the lake thing that they had by the treehouse thing, and it was pretty wonderful. We also got stickers to decorate our journal, like I said before. So after that, we did a cacao ceremony, which a cacao comes from the cocoa bean, and it's kind of like cocoa but cooked at a different temperature from my understanding. I like cacao. It's like bitter, but it's like medicine for your body. It was really delish. So we did that, and then he talked about how the cacao can be prepared and whatnot, and where he got his was from geese, and it was pretty delish. I'm like rambling on about this because I'm just still tired. But after that, Will and Sonya were next, so they saved this one for last. I don't know how long this was for each session because I was kind of like in and out in my head, but Will started doing the sound bath, which is like all these instruments he had, and then Sonya, she channels beings in light language. So we all started with the sound bath, and as she was channeling and whatnot, she would go over to each person that she felt called for. She went over to everybody, I'm thinking. I don't really know because my eyes are closed, but I'm pretty sure she did. But when she started working on this one person. This person started laughing, And then I felt the need to laugh. Like, I was laughing. And then I even started crying a little bit because I was laughing so much and I really didn't understand why. And then I heard this voice, and she hadn't even started working on me yet. And I heard this voice, which was like my Andromedan, and it was like, speak. And I was like, oh, what? I don't want to speak, like, this is not my thing. It's not my, But I started speaking light language, and a lot of beings came in and out. Will was still playing his music, and like depending on the person she was at, he would change the sound and stuff, and it was pretty awesome. So I had like my Andromedan came in, a mantis being come in, a couple archangels came in, I think Metatron and Zadkiel, and then I had Seraphim angels come in for sure. When Sonya got to me, I stopped channeling, I think, and I kind of like stopped talking and kind of just went quiet. And then she was like touching my head, and she kept doing this, which is weird because when I did this session with Judy, she the being that I saw also touched me the same way, which I thought was interesting. But she was whispering with me, and I was whispering something back to her. I don't remember. It was some type of like language. I don't know. And then my feet were moving a lot. So that was a really interesting experience. At one point I thought I was going to puke because of how much energy was going in and out, and everyone was like, am I going to be okay? And they were like, yeah, you're going to be okay. My guides and stuff were telling me. And I was just like, oh my god. After it was done, I got up and I was like, I don't know what I just experienced. I started feeling really nauseous. And usually when you're not grounded, you can sometimes feel nauseous. And with me, I was shaky and nauseous. So I laid down for a bit, and after they stopped talking, some people debriefed, I went outside and just laid on the ground for like a couple 5 minutes. I was feeling a little bit better, but then I was like, I need something else because it wasn't helping. So I ate some strawberries, and Allison noticed that I looked wiped out. So most people left already. So she was like, oh, we should do a meditation and for grounding. So Judy, Will, Sonya, and some other people that were there with, and Allison, we did a meditation that was led by Judy. Judy put her hand on my knee to help me ground more, which I did feel a lot better, but I still felt like I needed some food. So I went to Chick-fil-A and got me a bunch of chicken nuggets and fries, and it was so good. So I felt a lot better when I got home after a couple hours of driving. I went straight to bed. I slept for like 12 hours, and I also woke up with a bruise. And I've learned that like with bruises, when you wake up with bruises, from what I channeled when I did my fun channeling like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it was a Zeta that I channeled, and they were like, for me, and specifically me and my friend, they were saying, yeah, you wake up with bruises because we're working on you, and it's not us, it's more of the energy, and we're not trying to harm you or anything. But they were speaking just for us. So it was the energy that gave me a bruise. But my bruise doesn't hurt or anything. I just think it was like interrupted or something. So I don't know. But it was just an interesting experience. I definitely recommend like doing one of those retreats if they ever have one again. Really fantastic. I will say something has changed and I'm not quite sure, but I'm still integrating everything and I'm still a little tired. So I just thought I'd share my experience. They're really cool people, and I don't know what's gonna happen in the next couple of days. I'm just still tired, but I know something's changed. I look at things a little bit differently. It's very weird, but yeah. So I'm Emily Ruth, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully when I feel a lot better, I can channel the fairies like I wanted to. maybe sometime later this week if I feel like it. But bye!